A new thing coming. I've heard this song 2 or 3 times before charting it, and I had no idea it was Elevation. So other churches that I heard play it do more gospel stuff. So I was very impressed. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is Elevation. That's so cool. But that to be said, actually, that's so funny. It literally says Elevation Worship at the top. But I think that's because I manually added the song. I didn't like plug in the song select stuff, which it will do for you occasionally on Planning Center. But okay, so the verses are actually pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. We're just jamming on the 1 to the 5, or sorry, 5, the 2 minor to the 4, back to the 1. I'm not going to bore you with the singing and the vibe, but you'll notice E flat, F minor, A flat, and then the second verse is E flat, F minor, B flat to the 1. So just that little switch up. It is the same for the third and fourth verse. Same deal, A flat instead of B flat. Once again, theory based wise, the 4 doesn't really make you go to the 1, but the B flat definitely does. So by playing the A flat, you're like, hey, we could go to the 1, but maybe we'll do something else. Versus the B flat, you're like, no, we're definitely going to go to the 1. That's kind of the idea. So in the writing process, who knows? But melodically, if it works out with the vocals, cool, awesome, fun. But yeah, so now the more tricky part of this song, and I apologize, it's in E flat. We did it in E flat, so I'm gonna say it in E flat. But to make it less complicated, let's see. So we have, so it's just, that's the vibe, right? It's like a funky kind of groovy thing. I can't really do it down here. I mean, maybe I can. So instead of D over F sharp that we normally play, we play with the D chord. We're just going up a fret. So now it's G with the E flat triad on the top, right? But the vibe is so it's literally it's 3, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and then just to fill it in, we're playing the actual harmonized major scale chords, and then we'll do the tag. Got a new thing coming, and we do the second verse. Those 2 changes at the ends of the phrases, chorus, tag. Originally, I didn't add the tags, but later there's actually a part where it doesn't even do the chorus, just goes straight to that tag. So that's why I wrote it out. But now we've got the bridge. Now, it looks complicated. I feel like it might be harder to read than it is to play, which is nice. If you capoed too, if you capoed, I mean, I don't want to say first fret capo because that doesn't really help you with the E flat, obviously. You would just do a D shape actually. So it'd be like you're playing it in D instead of E flat if you capoed first fret, I believe. Yeah. But so we've got I can see a cloud. Where are we at? So that's 6 to the 5, and then we're doing E flat over G, or the D over F sharp chord, and then back up to the A flat. So it's literally just 6, 6, 5, 3, 4, right? And repeats that. But then the crazy part is when we come back to do the bridges. So we go through all that. We go. So we just do bridge 1, bridge 2. Bridge 3 is it's headed our way. It does those same so now it's 6 to the 3, to the 1 to the 4. Okay, it's headed our way. And then after that, we go to the chorus, but it's a cappella. Now, what's really funny about that, and I'm not looking at my notes because I just have so much to say. Verses are simple enough. Chorus is a little funky, different bridges. Post bridge introduces walk up. I don't think we've talked about that yet. No, yeah, we haven't talked about that yet. But so the walk up I'm talking about is it's headed out. I can't remember that part. Oh, B flat over D. Oh, my bad. So it walks up C minor, B flat over D to E flat, D flat to the A. So that's just 6, 7, 1, 4, which now sounds familiar. Set it our way, set it our way, set it our way. So we're adding that build up, right? Now, the reason why I say it introduces it is I'll come back to that in a second. Ooh, nice zoom in. Okay, so the acapella. Okay. I'm a sucker for acapella stuff just because I love it when I hear congregations sing a song. And sometimes you just need the percussion, right? To keep the vibe going. But the people will still scream out like there's no music and there's no vocals. So it's nice. It's like you trick them. Trick them for Jesus. But when I was hearing the acapella, it was very obvious that they probably did a bunch of different chord changes, chord progressions to kind of test what that vibe was going to be, because the chorus, you know, you could have gone a lot of different places with it, and the fact that they did with this like, you know, someone was just kind of bored, right? They were bored with what we normally do. And now I'm trying to remember the darkness bound out to the night. So if you just sang that out, darkness planet day, got a new thing coming. You could write like you got a new thing coming. Like, you could have literally done 1, 5, 6, 4. You could have literally done the simplest, easiest chord progression ever. But the fact that they made it different is kind of cool. But it just also made me realize that, wow, like, you could have put anything behind this song and it would have probably worked. So kudos to them. At the same time, I'm like, well, maybe they could have tried something different. But so after that chorus, it goes to the tag. They do the bridge 4, which is kind of just more of like a build-up, if anything. It's kind of just building up some newer things. Then they go back to the tag, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and the reason why I have this parentheses of the B flat, which is the 5 chord, it's more so the bass. So the bass player, wherever you are, add that B flat in there every once in a while at the end of the phrasing. So, because someone's probably going to do it. The piano's going to do it. You might as well do it too. And they go back to the tag without going back to the chorus. So that's why I have the tag there. And then this is where we get Pastor Stephen coming in at the end, because he's featured on this song. And even when I just really quickly went through it, I was like, I don't hear him in here. So I guess he's not in it, but in the video, I'm sure he's somewhere on the stage, right? But no, sure enough, he's actually, they reprise, right? They re-go back to the bridges, the bridge 1, bridge 2, and instead of the normal C minor, the 6, 5, 3, 4, now they're doing that walk-up thing. So I can hear the clouds. And then we go to E flat to the A flat. So when they introduced those chords for the bridge 3, essentially that's what they're doing. They're planting that idea in your head, like, oh, here's another progression. And then sure enough, we're going to bring it back later. And here we are. So it's a good thing in a song to reference something that you're going to do in the future. That's why I love when you know, when you introduce a song, and if it starts with the chorus, but it's like a cappella or whatever, you're pretty safe to think that, oh, this is going to come back in the future. The only time it doesn't really happen is with the song like Praise by Elevation, because they do that let everything that has breath and praise the Lord. Like they don't use it as the bridge. It's the beginning and it's the end, which is very interesting. It's a acapella drum sandwich, yet or it's just the bread, so it's actually not. But other than that song, everybody else usually when they introduce something, they'll bring it back in for the bridge or whatever. So that's what they did here. They introduced this third bridge with the chord progressions. Then they take that same chord progression and they use it for the actual normal bridge, which I think is cool. But they do that over and over again. 1, 2. They go to the 3, back to the 2, and then the outro is E flat, A flat. It's like very subtle, very at the very, very end. They kind of do this. Sorry, they're ending on the A flat. So they're 1, 4, 4, 1, 4. I think I'm doing the notes wrong. But that should be it. Yay.